Hey guys, this is a 7-band puzzle ring. It's the 7S puzzle ring from puzzlejewelry.com, and in this video I will show you how to solve it. So it's basically the same solution as in the regular 7-band puzzle ring solution video, but the band that goes across the top is in the shape of a snake. So let's take a look at the design. We've got the snake that winds its way across the top here, just goes across the top, round the side, around the back, comes up the other side, and then it tucks in and pops its head out here. And then we've got two bands that cross over underneath it to form an X. Then we have two outer bands up here and two outer bands down here. You can see them there, 1, 2. When we look at the ring from the inside, we can see that X better and the outer bands better as well. Okay, so let's take the ring apart and put it back together. So there's our messed up 7S 7-band puzzle ring, and the first band that we want to start with is the snake band. So I'll place it between my thumb and index finger this way so that the snake is actually facing my thumb. Then I'm going to turn the ring sideways and show you these two bands that are hanging off the bottom. We want to bring those two bands up to sit next to the snake band. So I'm going to take this one first, place it there, then I'm going to turn the ring clockwise and bring the other band up from the bottom and place it against the snake there. So we'll actually see that the other bands are still linking through between these three bands. They're not sitting against each other, they're sitting next to each other. So then we're looking for two more bands, and the other two bands have this semicircle C shape across the top. So I'm going to bring one of those up to sit there like that, so that the semicircle is facing this semicircle here, or sitting up adjacent to it. And the other semicircle I'm going to bring up onto the other side like this, so that we have two curved bands on that side, the snake band, and two curved bands on that side. And then what we'll find is these two bands down here. Now I want to take these two bands, drop those other 5 down like this, and we're going to look at the tops of these two bands, at the faces of them, because we want to identify the band with the deep groove in the top, which is this one. It forms almost a V shape across there, and we've got this other one here which has a bit of a groove in it, a bit of a bump, but generally it's quite smooth across there. So what we'll do now is, holding the band with the deeper groove closer to the top of the screen here, further away from myself, I'm going to turn both bands upside down, and then I'm going to turn the band with the deep groove in a clockwise direction and bring it down next to the other band, so that what we're looking at is this. So they should be sitting nicely against each other, just like that. Now if this is what you see at this stage, don't worry, we can fix this. All you need to do is take the band from here, which is the one with the deeper groove in the top, turn it anti-clockwise, let it go down, bring it back up, turn the entire ring clockwise, and then you should end up with the band that has the deeper groove in this position, turn it clockwise and place it against the other band, just like this. And then we'll bring the ring up. So when we look down at it, we'll see those two bands are now crossing over each other and forming that X shape, and we'll see that they have trapped the other 5 bands in there. And when looking down, we'll find 2 bands with curves, the snake, and the other 2 bands with the curves in them. So what we'll do is we'll move the bands to the left. We'll start with the band closest to the right hand side, and we're going to just bring it down against the other 2 bands like that. Then I'm going to turn the entire ring clockwise. I'm going to take the band closest to the right, thread it through, so that, make sure everything else looks like this inside the ring, and then bring it down against the other 3 bands. Then I'm going to turn the ring clockwise. I'm going to take the band to the right, closest to the right, and see how inside the ring I actually have this band positioned in between the snake band and the other band. I'm going to thread it through, I'm not going to force anything, just giving it light jiggles, which may open up the other bands. That's okay, let them loosen up a bit, then bring it down and you'll find they will actually close up. Maybe not all the way, but they will close up. And what we want to do now is thread this one through. And it's not going down, so that must mean that this one actually goes in under this one. Just like that. See how I've just placed it underneath it? That band is now sitting above this one. See that? And I'll bring them down like that. And now we just need to place the snake in. So we'll bring it round and slide him in like that. So we've got our completed 7S, 7-band snake ring. We had a couple of errors during this solution video, however I'm hoping that they will actually help you with yours, just in case you come across those tricky little bits while solving your puzzle ring.